Hello again, everyone. Edwin Leonard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about astrological or zodiac sign compatibility between the signs Taurus and Cancer. And yes, it does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant for both signs. Now, and also both people. In as far as the compatibility goes, now really, these two signs, okay, they are compatible by sign, being they're sextile by sign, two signs away from each other, and in most cases, you will have could have very strong compatibility. Both these signs are feminine, suggesting introversion, and they're really they're both of these two can make a great team and collaborate strongly on home projects and endeavors, largely because they generally can really be kind of self-contained or into themselves to some degree, and they're not ones to allow extraneous influences to really deter them from their projects. Now, the thing about it is, Taurus, being a fixed sign, can be very unwavering and very fixed, of course. Very It can even be obstinate at times. And the thing about this is, if there's ever any kind of dispute between these two, Taurus may very well emerge victorious in a lot of cases, and maybe have to worry about the Cancer sensitivity. And the thing about it is, Cancer, the one negative or one of the main negatives I would say in this combination, though, is that Cancer can be very mercurial and temperamental. They can have very strong mood swings, while Taurus can be very stable and very consistent as far as their general personality goes. And the one thing about it is the mood swings may exasperate Taurus maybe to some degree, but really there's a lot more positives than negatives I see in terms of this as the compatibility goes between these people. If it's in if it's like a romantic, like say if it's a sexual relationship, these people are in, well, Taurus is very demonstrative and sensual. And Cancer could be very, really very nurturing and show really that strong compassion and love during this, in those moments. And really, these two people can really, as far as from a sexual standpoint, it could be really a good combination. Now, another thing when I see these two, this combination, that in many instances I could see the Taurus person, okay, Taurus is involved very strongly with generating income. They really, one of their main things is attaining financial stability. And they both love the home, and really Taurus could be the one that generates the money so that Cancer can have that home with Taurus, because Cancer's worries can often be connected with the home and having stability in the home. Taurus is about stability in general, more of a financial nature, but Taurus would not have to worry about Cancer not taking care of the home, because Cancer can be very infatuated with the home. So in that respect, that makes this combination very auspicious. And the thing about this is that even though Cancer is a cardinal sign, they could be very they could be very tenacious. Maybe not as much as the Taurus persistence, but they could be pretty close, and they could be both very loyal and steadfast to each other and very dedicated. Cancer, I mean, Taurus and Cancer can also be both creatures of habits, perhaps Taurus even more so, being the fact that Taurus can be a very strong stickler as far as routine goes. And they're really, and really the thing about it is it wouldn't probably be seen as monotonous to Cancer. It might be to some other signs, but probably not as much to Cancer, because Cancer could be creatures of habits themselves. Now, the thing about this is that how these people can help each other is that Cancer, being a cardinal sign, can often be about initiative and enterprise and may embark on a lot of projects and maybe even simultaneously, but may not always finish them. And Cancer is a sign that may kind of like go in a like really not in a literal sense, in a figurative sense, kind of go side to side and not always have that direct path toward what they're trying to accomplish or attain. While Taurus, even though they're slow starters, they could be very solid finishers, and they could consummate or finish the efforts of Cancer, and they'll give Cancer more could help Cancer strive for more consistency and have a more direct path in terms of accomplishing things. And Cancer can help Taurus initiate or start projects. Well, it's also important to look at the aspect, if any, that is made between these two people's energies, as this could indicate how these energies may integrate well or not as well as otherwise indicated. Now, for Taurus and Cancer, well, the thing about it is you can have, well, let's say, in many instances for Taurus and Cancer, you will have a sextile by sign. And they are sextile by sign to begin with, so this could even augment even greater compatibility. Let's say that one person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Taurus at 20 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Cancer at 22 degrees. Well, that would form a sextile aspect and is really only enhance the already what is already compatible by sign. So so that could really intensify the positive integration of these energies and have these people maybe even more compatible than otherwise indicated. Now, you could also have a minor aspect, which is still positive. A semi-sextile can occur in some cases. Now, let's say one person has the Taurus, sun, moon, or ascendant at 29 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Cancer at 0 degrees. Well, I call that slightly positive or slightly auspicious because it is a positive aspect, but it is minor, and it is like what I described with the sextile, but only more modified and not as strong. Now, on the negative side, you could also have an out-of-sign square aspect take place with these energies of these people. Now, let's say one person has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Taurus at 2 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant in Cancer at 29 degrees. Well, this could be adverse and adversarial, and even though, okay, they're still going to be sextile by sign, they're still 2 signs away, so you still have the certain compatibility there. However, having an out-of-sign square aspect can make the relationship a little bit more challenging than otherwise indicated. Now, you could also have another minor aspect. A semi-square aspect can take place between these energies of these people. Now, let's say one person has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Taurus at 17 degrees, and the other person has the sun, moon, or ascendant at Cancer at 2 degrees. This is what I call slightly adverse or slightly adversarial because it is a minor aspect, but it is still negative and is like what I described with the square, but not as strong or intense because it is a minor aspect as opposed to a major one. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for zodiac sign compatibility between Taurus and Cancer. And stay tuned next time where I'll be dissertating and talking about zodiac sign compatibility between Taurus and Leo. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.